Hello, everyone, and welcome to what will be episode 26 now of Only Fools and Collecting. I wouldn't have thought we'd actually made it this far. And we've got a packed house today. We've got a full house. We've got Zach, Steve, Pete, and me. It's going to be a good one. I think we've got a fair bit to talk about today. So, yeah, I think we should probably start off by saying a big thank you to What Else Scrapyard for sponsoring us yet again. They do all your 1/6 scale, 1/12 scale heads, Black Series. They're awesome. He really does knock it out of the park with the stuff he does. And if you've got Kenner vehicles, he does them as well. He does all the replacement parts. So, yeah, can't big the man up enough.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yep. So I'll take his dick out my mouth for 2 seconds to start off, as we always do, with New This Fortnight. So, Pete, what you got?
We need a cool soundbite like the Dean one, don't we, on CW?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Let me. I'll play it for you right now, my friend. I'll play it for you right now.
Get to do a new
this week.
Fortnite one. Great.
I like that.
Yeah, it's cool. So a bit of a cheat. It's not all new, obviously, because otherwise I'd be my name would be Ben Hoffman. Sorry.
Wow.
Wow.
Is it the chat?
I bought a figure from that guy and it had some damage. I was not impressed. But you know what I didn't do, Pete? I didn't make a whole ass Facebook post about it. I'll tell you that much. I just took the L like a real man.
That's respect, man. Respect to you. I got a couple of Harrison Ford heads back from Mark Simpson, who's a painter in the UK, who, for consistency reasons, he's painted all of my indies and hands. So these are, and I'd be interested to know your opinion on it, Ian, in particular, because I know you weren't a fan of the original sculpt. So these are based on the MJ Choi sculpt, which the hat was ridiculously tiny, and all the features were a little bit kind of exaggerated. It was like one of those funny caricature,
Like a spitting image puppet.
Yeah. But generally speaking, there was a decent likeness in there, I think. So what happened was somebody, I don't know who, somebody kind of re-sculpted it with better scale. So the whole head of the size of the head's smaller, and obviously they made the ears and stuff. And I quite like it now, and I managed to pick up a hatted indie, an unhatted indie, and Han Solo based on that sculpt from a guy in the States on eBay. I thought I'd give them a go. I got them for not too bad a price. Got them back last week, and I'm really pleased with them actually. The Han is on my Endor Han. And I think he looks pretty good. And the Indy, what I've done there is I've swapped out the V3 Inigo, so that's now on the Indian horse, and I've got the Inigo V3 hat because I think that's the best sculpted hat for a Raiders hat that we've had yet, in terms of the height of the crown, the stovepipe shape to it. So I'm quite liking that. Not to say that I might not swap them around again at some point, but yeah, I'm liking that one. And I've done some weathering and repainting on the jacket, the Irish jacket there, because it was looking too clean, too pristine. So
I don't have the products to do mine yet.
Yeah, I haven't actually done any. All I've done is just it's like I think it was recommended by someone in one of the groups. It's kind of like a leather paint.
Yeah.
So it's a light brown. So I kind of just put it on and then just sort of rubbed it in. So it's not, it looks nice. It just gives it a bit of variation. I think you should go for it, because I don't think you're not going to do anything that's going to diminish its value or anything. I don't think if you ever had to come and sell it. I think because you do a good job of it, so people would. I mean, I think there was one. I don't know exactly what it sold for, but there was one on eBay for like $1,500. That was the Iris kit. This sculpt, I think, all of the sort of the top notch stuff.
See, I like the Iris kit. The only thing I don't like about it is the holster. The magnet on it is shit. As soon as it turned up, I had to tape the magnet back on. I like the shirt. The shirt's good. I think everything's great apart from the fucking holster. The holster's just
Yeah, the
not
shirt's
great.
a bit tight because was that your Fison that had the nipples cut off of it? And
Yes. So I decided
done that as well before.
gruesome
Yeah.
looking, wasn't it? Yeah.
I decided to put it back on. But the thing is, the Pisons are great, but the necks on them are fucking stupid. They're always really skinny.
Mhm.
So I thought I'll try, I'll put it back on and try again. So, and I was fed up with the way that you would always see the magnet on the shirt because of it being so tight. And I thought, well, fuck it. So I just took scissors to the Python body and just cut away bits of the silicone I didn't need that was stopping it from showing.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm never going to have it, a topless indie.
No. Mine's very similar. Yours looked particularly harsh because you'd kind of gone for the nipples. Whereas mine, I cut a lot out from under the arms where it had the muscles, and then on the neck as well. So it's very, I almost cut a bit too much. But if I got the collar up high enough, you can't see where I've cut kind of the shoulder bits out. But I like the posability of them. But as you say, they and the skin tone is always a bit grey, isn't it? And trying to match that to the sculpts. So they're the new this week, and then on the right here, I've been doing a lot of work on my Billy bookcases. So they're the 3 Star Wars shelves, and what I've done is just basically black acrylic filmed the sides, the backs, the fronts of the shelves, so they kind of just blend, so they don't look like they're on wooden shelves, if you like.
They look great, mate.
Yeah, they look really good.
Pleased with those. I mean, I could do with extra height in the Star Wars. It's because that's the one where I moved the shelf, so I could squeeze 5 shelves in. So I mean, it's okay. Apart from obviously Vader's had to take a bit of a stooping pose, but it kind of works.
Is that like a sticky back plastic?
Yeah,
or?
Yeah, it's the stuff that me and Ian used to use for the Detoffs. So you just peel it back.
Yeah.
Just put it on, and you can put a bit of like fairy liquid under it, and then you can get it smooth.
Right.
So it doesn't because it is very sticky. And but to be honest, I mean, I've got bubbles and stuff in here, but because you don't see a lot of it, and because it's jet black, you really you'd have to go really close up to see.
I always found the velour one, the like velvet one.
Yeah,
you could stick a fucking body under that and you wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
It really fucking hid everything.
Yeah. It's brilliant. And I'm
gonna have to do that because I'm just getting ready to put my Billy bookcases in, but the white, I had to buy the white one because it's the deeper one.
Yeah.
So I need to make it black. I was going to spray paint, but then I was bothered about the paint.
I'd use this. I'd use this.
Yeah, I'm going to. You have to send us a link.
I will do. It's like a 5 meter roll for about £10.
Wow.
And that's done all of these. I've got a couple more to do, but it would easily do all of the shelves.
Well, I've only got to do the insides on mine because the outside's going to be buried in the wall.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, so that works well. And obviously on the right there, that is a finished cabinet now. So the 2 indie, the collection at the top, and then the Raiders one. Again, I blacked it all out, and then I just bought movie posters and stuff and stuck them in. I did the Robocop Predator, and the Aliens ones a couple of nights ago.
Yeah,
nice.
I like that. The Aliens one looks really good. It looks so much better with the black behind it. It kind of pops, especially with the power loader. I'm just waiting for a Aliens poster to go in behind that, and then that one's done. But yeah, I'm really pleased with them actually.
It's really interesting because you on your Star Wars shelves. Certainly the middle and the bottom one. There's quite a lot of figures on there, but it doesn't look crowded.
No,
and that's not even the deep ones. So it does show you that you can make it work for quite a lot of figures.
Yeah, definitely. That's slightly odd. The Han and Chewie have come out of the top there now because they're obviously earmarked for the Falcon.
Right.
I don't know when I'm getting it yet, but I thought because Chewie really was cramped in there, so I thought I'll take him out. And I've kit bashed another Luke and Obi-Wan to go in there with them. So Luke and Obi-Wan up on the shelf there as well. So yeah, I wanted to get a shelf per movie there. So I think it's worked quite well. And I like the different colours because it's very much like a sort of yellowy for the top, then the blues, and then like the green, sort of greens for Jedi. So I'm really pleased with them. I'm still waiting. I'm just waiting on the Lord of the Rings backdrop from Dean. Dean
I was just about
Gladwell.
to ask, did you get all the backdrops from Dean?
No, these I did all myself.
You did? Okay.
Just printed them off and stuff like that. Dean's doing the Lord of the Rings one now. I think it's queued up to print next week or something. So
Right.
then I can show that one. And then I've just got one at the bottom that's a bit miscellaneous and just deciding what to do with that. And then they're pretty much done then.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
yeah. I look forward to seeing what I say. You can get quite a lot of figures on there.
Yeah.
So
My only suggestion might be just to have at least one more indie.
you reckon?
Yeah.
Well, people
I
are
think,
saying that I need 12 because I've got 11 and it's an odd number.
Yeah.
I
I might know
do
where you
have-
could get another one.
Yeah, I do have 12 because I've got the premium format, but there's only 11 in there. People keep saying I should do a Professor Jones, so I might do that, but I don't know what suit to use. I don't want to use the same one as Henry.
No, that
Do you have a young Indiana Jones with the bullwhip scar?
I don't. The
should do that one.
River Phoenix.
Dope. Yeah.
See, the problem is you're gonna have to do one for when the new film's out as well, like ancient indie.
I might
mummified indie.
I don't know.
You
We'll have to
Wheelchair
wait and
bound
see,
Jones.
Steve, how awful it might be before I go down that.
You
But
have,
maybe.
Well,
have
as long
Danny
as Shia
Seaman
LaBeouf's not in it, then
Hey,
it can't be that bad.
come after shut down.
So maybe he'll be number 12, but we'll see. But I'm good for now, I think. So the unhatted indie sculpt is now in the Tannis map room indie because that had a DxO5 head in it just as a placeholder, and that's horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, too much mascara on that one.
Yeah.
I can't believe people still think that sculpt looks good.
Anyone who
I
thinks
know.
that sculpt looks good is a fucking cunt.
And it never did.
Unbelievably shit.
It's usually
never
someone
did.
who's just got the figure and they don't know anything about the custom sculpts, and they're like, "This is amazing." It's not, mate.
Yeah.
Really isn't.
No,
It's
it was never amazing. In 2011.
Yeah. It's like they've just got into collecting and they've never seen Indiana Jones before and have no idea who Harrison Ford is.
Yeah, they go, this is spot on. I mean, don't get me wrong. The day I opened that figure, my very first Hot Toys, was amazing. I fell in love with the brand, but yeah, it's moved on a lot since then.
Yeah, if you're coming from NECA or something, I can understand.
Yeah.
Or Barfies.
Right, that's me done.
Oh, just the one for me. I mean, I have got the Billy bookcase, but it's still in the brown packaging, so I think that wasn't worthy of a photo just yet. I don't think. But my ever-expanding Arnie collection has just been added to with the John Matrix figure. This brings me up to, including the work in progress ones, brings me up to 8 Arnie figures now.
No, you need double figures, mate.
So I know. Well, the danger is that there's a lot of material to choose from. So I could easily go past 10, to be honest.
Yeah,
but that's partly why I was eyeing up your how many figures you got on a shelf in a Billy. See how many Arnie figures I can get on a shelf.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously a wide boy. But, so who's on your hit list? Who's on the terms of what is actually out there and what in an ideal world you'd want to have on that shelf?
Well, at the moment, see where I'm at the moment is I really want to explore some of the later films he did. Right. But the problem with those is the hairstyle. When it started getting, I think we talked about this before. He had a side parting in a lot of his later films.
Yeah.
Instead of like a crew cut.
From sort of Total Recall onwards.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to explore getting a sculpt done digitally that I can print multiple times, and go down that route. I don't actually, and I'm not looking at doing any of his dodgy characters like the one, like Twins or.
Jingle All the Way.
Turbo Man.
Hey, that's a sacred film, Ian. You shut your mouth.
It may well be, but I do love Jingle All the Way. It's my favorite Christmas movie, if I'm honest.
Thank you.
And I would want him fully suited in the
Turbo Man.
Turbo Man
with the helmet. And I know there was some guy did a custom years ago, which you just can't get for love nor money now. But yeah, I would love that for definite. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think what else I would want. I've got obviously doing a John Matrix, Dutch at the moment. you start to run out of the classics after that, though. Unless you're going to go down is less well-known films, but I don't know.
Depends. You're not as iconic, so you're not going to make the Raw Deal one, are you?
No, I don't want to do
it. And the wife beater vest. You know,
I just don't want to do them for the sake of it. If you know what I mean,
Danny Lee, you need a junior Arnold.
I do need to try and find a DX13 junior Arnold, kindergarten cop. No, it's going to have to. I need a DX13 in my life, but they're just ridiculous money these days. After that, I'm struggling. I don't know what else, but I've still got a couple more Stallone fit characters I want to make and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, this is the only thing I've got. I am really starting to get worried now because I've got so much on pre-order, and I just know it's all about to drop in probably the next month or two. Because it was all due kind of May, June, and COVID's pushed everything back about 3 or 4 months, and you just know they're going to drop the whole lot before Christmas. So
everything you're keeping, or
you know what? I can't even remember what I've got.
It was a surprise when you
sounds horrendous, but
post,
I must have half a dozen figures due in anytime soon.
Jesus.
I know the Dark Toys mask is one of them, but I have got the Asmus one, and I'll only be keeping one of those.
Right.
And beyond that, I just can't remember. I've got I know the Endgame Captain America. That's definitely inbound. The Mark 85 is definitely inbound. But again, they'll be either replacing the Age of Ultron Cap and the Mark III Iron Man, or they'll be going straight back out the door because I prefer those original ones. So either way, it's not going to be a difficult decision. But yeah, I'm starting to get a bit worried now because I know I've got the Lim Toys Cowboy, from Red Dead.
Oh yeah,
cool. That's coming in. They promised that very soon, and there's other ones which I've ordered through. I'm really bad on TNS. When a PO goes up, I'll go, yeah, want one, and you don't have to put a deposit down, and then you just completely forget what you've ordered.
So I don't have that problem anymore.
So, well, no, you don't know.
Yeah, he's been saved.
Bam.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with new figures at the moment. I desperately need to get that to Tolfin, that Billy bookcase in there. I need the space to put these figures in. So yeah, that was me.
We look forward to seeing your work. All right.
And for once, I've actually got something.
Yay!
The last couple of weeks, I've got something. I've been sitting on some money in my PayPal account, and I thought, fuck, I really want to spend it. I really shouldn't, but I really want to spend it. And I was on eBay, and they had. Do you know sometimes when you kind of look at stuff and you take way too much time? So someone put a Plo Koon. What's the other Jedi? The green one with the tentacles.
Kit Fisto.
Kit Fisto.
That name cracks me up every time I hear it.
Every. How do you think he got the name? And then that other bastard with the long head. That looks really surprised when he that's the one. So someone had those on, put them on eBay, £100 each. And at the moment, that's really good. But I'm still stuck 5 years ago where that's not a really good price for those. So I was like, and I thought, fuck it, I'm going to order them. And went, some cunts bought them. So I was a bit pissed off. And then I thought, fuck it, I'm going to finally get my 3D printer. Fuck it. So I sent you guys a link of one on Amazon. And Steve, you were like, no, don't get that one. Get this one. It's so much cheaper and the spec's exactly the same. I was like, oh, yeah, exactly. I think I might do. And then you sent me the link for the wash and cure machine, which was like £100. And I was like, since when did all this get so fucking cheap?
I can't believe how cheap they were.
No, it's all come right down.
I think because looking into it, because there's going to be a new wave of 3D printers coming out soon.
There is, yeah.
That's why the price has dropped out on these.
Yeah,
because I think the
bigger ones coming out with the monochrome and all that, but they're going to be expensive to start with. But it's pushing the price of these down. Yeah,
so all in all, for the printer and the wash machine, it was about £260, and then by the time I bought the resin, it pushed it up to about 300 all in all. And I thought, well, that's what most people spend on a figure.
Yes.
So I've spent the last, and I really wasn't expecting it all to turn up as quickly as it did. I think the printer turned up within about 4 days, but the wash and cure machine isn't going to turn up. They haven't even shipped it. they've said, oh, you know, between 20 and 30 days because of COVID. And I'm like,
yeah, they ran out of UK stock,
right.
didn't they? Because I got mine from UK from the UK warehouse, but because they're all on a sale, they've ran out in the well, they ran out in every warehouse apart from the Chinese one. So yeah, you got to wait a bit, I'm afraid, mate.
Yeah. So for the time being, it'd be a window ledge and a bucket of water.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been looking at printers for ages, and I've downloaded the software. I've got a few prints lined up that I want to do, and it's amazing the shit you can find.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't sleep last night, and I was sitting there about 2 a.m, and I was just emailing myself links to Thingiverse just to save on my computer.
Yeah.
It's
you
like,
can account and favorite them, and it saves them in your favorites on the.
Right. I might have to do that.
It's a lot
created
easier.
an account. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I said a while ago I wanted a Salacious Crumb and I wasn't going to spend the stupid prices.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's one on there. Looks perfect. Fine. I'll print that. Not a problem. The only thing I'm trying to get my head around is like the support placement and stuff. So I've been watching videos on YouTube, and a lot of them say just don't use the auto supports.
You can, but you've just got to use your brain as to where it's put them. Because the problem with it is it doesn't tell you the best orientation for the model, and different orientations like work for the supports better. So and that's just trial and error. You're going to learn.
And the video I was watching just before we came on was all about like using the heavy supports, and then for the real key areas, and then using the lighter supports to kind of bolster it.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple of scopes I'm going to give a go at printing. I think I'll do what everyone does and print the test thing first of all. But I'm going to try and get it set up tomorrow and give it a go.
Eiffel Tower. It's absolutely pointless.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and everyone seems to have that Rook as well.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, because that doesn't need supports, does it? It's all self-supporting.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. To be honest, I didn't print any of them demo ones to start on my first one. I printed that Baby Yoda as my first print. It went a bit wrong. His hand didn't print properly because it didn't have a support on his fingers. But and that was a classic example of the auto supports not working as they should.
Yeah. A lot of the videos I found were saying like scan over the layers, and then you'll see stuff just suddenly appear out of nowhere. Right, that needs a
looking
support.
for the islands. Yeah.
So
I think it's Anycubic do a file validator sort of tool where you run it through it, and it tells you if there's any islands, and then it tells you where you need supports and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which is quite clever.
Because the thing I haven't looked at is like the density and stuff like that, and the thickness and the all that kind of side of things. So I need to look at that.
Yeah,
but I'm looking forward to it. I've got a few prints, and it's amazing. I've got loads of Mando parts, loads of Stormtrooper bits of armor. That I've managed to find. The annoying thing is that when you search for files, so say like I wanted a set of Clone Trooper armor, so all the helmets I find are either really low, like the details are either shit, or the details are really good, but it comes in like 20 parts. And obviously, because people are printing them life size, they're just gluing them together. It's not a problem.
Yeah,
you scale that down to 1/6. Some of the bits you're printing are tiny, and it's not that I'm worried about it not printing it, because it will print it. It's just having to sit there and glue the cunt together.
Yeah.
So
loads of things come like that. A good tip as well to look for parts is to go on cosplay 3D web pages. Because obviously you can scale it down to any size you like. So the stuff they make on those cosplay sites is fantastic.
Yeah, because I've been after a set of like Clone Wars, like the greaves, the arm things that all the Jedi wear, and I've been after some for ages, and I don't know anyone who just does them on their own. And I found a set on Thingiverse, so that'll be one of the prints I do, scaling them down to the right size so I can stick them on my mace window.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's shitloads of stuff. Loads.
It's amazing. I can't believe people got to give it all away as well, because it must take them many, many hours to build some of them files, and then they just stick them on there and give it away.
Yeah. Well, I was in this Rocketeer group, and this guy was he was making some of the buckles for the harness, because the Rocketeer jacket, it's like a jacket, and then the rocket booster goes over the jacket, and then there's a bib that covers the harness. And so he's like, I spent like a year perfecting these buckles, and I put them on shapeways, and you can print them in plastic or you can print them in. I guess it's printed in metal. I don't know if that just means CNC'd in metal, but the cost to print those, I think it was like $400 to print those 2 buckles in plastic or $800 to print them in metal. And people were saying like, that's ridiculous, this and that. And the guy's like, the only way to get these buckles is to like take like an antique piece of hardware and find like a found part. And those are like Graflex, like you can't find them. Yeah. So 3D printing is significantly cheaper than finding old stock. And so this other guy came in and he's like, you know what? I just finished the rocket. I'm going to make a perfect file and give it away to everyone for free. And I'm like, I mean, I guess like you're just kind of doing it to spite this guy. This guy worked for like a year and like now he's just finally finished and he's going to try to get some income. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird though when people give away the files for free. Yeah, I think because it does take a while, right?
And they give good files away as well. I mean, there's some really detailed stuff on there. It's not rubbish.
I mean, there are some utter turds on there.
Oh yeah, totally.
But there's some that Indiana Jones one you sent me. I was like, that looks really good. Like someone's taken fucking ages to do that, and they're just like, yeah, fuck it, have it, get rid of it.
It's odd, isn't it, that we've not seen that in kind of, I've never seen. I don't think we've ever seen that one painted up unless we've seen it somewhere. We didn't know what it was, but
I think looking at the price of these printers now, I think in the next year, it's going to massively change the hobby. I think we're going to see so much more stuff, and for me, the price of an average Hot Toys now is getting to the point where I'm like that. I haven't even spent my first. That's more than spent my first fucking car. Like I would rather just fucking print stuff. Like Sean, 7 to 9 hours per head. Yeah,
that's exactly. I loaded that Joker one in. The one we'll talk about it later, won't we? But that was about 9 hours. It's saying to print that.
Print, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's funny, because I think. I think you posted in the group the other day that you bought one, and then Darren Biggie Rose started posting, and I messaged him, or he messaged me. I got chatting to him, and the next thing I know, he's ordered the same things you have.
He messaged me. He's like, I ordered them. I was like, yep. I was like, look, I can't sculpt for shit. Like, I really can't. So, but I think I get better doing that kind of stuff on a computer than I will with any kind of actual like physical media. So I was like, if I can get into that and just alter bits and pieces. I mean, I've even started Googling 3D scanners and stuff like that, just so I can tweak bits. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. But it's definitely, when you go into it without knowing anything about it, you just assume everything's plug and play. And it really, really isn't.
No.
Yeah, there's probably going to be a learning curve. Like I know plenty of people that have bought things in this hobby. Like, oh, I got an airbrush, and or, I got like some really nice paints. Especially with like wargaming, people are like, oh, I got the best paints and the best brushes, physical brushes, bristles, and they just fucking don't do it. So just having the right equipment is like a good chunk of what it takes to be successul, but actually knowing how to use it is a big part.
Yeah. So when you talk about the supports, you just have to cut those away at the end. Yeah,
you cut it and then you sand it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even need to cut them. You do it before you cure, and you can just push them off, really.
Oh, okay.
And then once you've cured it, then you just sand whatever's left where the support was. It scars it a tiny bit, like it leaves little dots.
So I was watching a video today, and what you can do is change the different thicknesses of the different parts of the supports. So what people have been doing is making the part that actually touches the model or whatever you're printing slightly smaller. So you'll have a big heavy support, and you hide those in areas that it doesn't really matter if you get a bit of a dink in it, and then you start to support. If, for argument's sake, if you got something with a great hook nose and you need to support it, what they're doing is just giving it the lightest support going, just to hold it. And yeah, it's stuff like that. But I'm loving it. It looks good. I can't wait. Proper excited.
It's going to be great. I think you're right. The next year or so is going to be it's going to explode in people getting these and doing it. I think there'll be sub £100 before you know it. These printers.
I'll be time. Yeah, Sean, up to 23 printers now.
Wow,
Jesus Christ!
I can well believe it.
So his electricity bill must be frightening.
I think he said it's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
To be honest, the resin printers, they're not bad at all on electricity. The plastic ones are a bit worse because you got something 200 degrees for God knows how many hours. But these, definitely, it's just a bulb and something, a little motor going up and down. That's all it really is.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the weekend. I've got to get things. I'm sticking them under the stairs, so I've had to order a new unit. So that should turn up and I can crack on. But yeah, I'm so looking forward to getting on with those. So yeah, Zach, did you have anything?
No, I don't have any pictures, but I got these Asmus Hateful Eight bases in, and they're pretty interesting.
Oh, nice.
When I ordered them, I was thinking that this wood texture would actually be like a 3D effect, but it's just a big sticker. But the bases, they were like $6-7 each, so I cannot complain about that. And the guys over on Ox, we've been playing this game Among Us, and it's hilarious. And so I tried my hand at some polymer clay sculpting, and it came out pretty good. Though, Ian, if you can find a print of these guys, the Among Us characters, I might want you to resin print me one because it'll probably be a lot nicer than this. But nothing too crazy this week. I was supposed to have a package today, and then it just never came. So, but that is how I
downloaded the app after I'd seen you mention it, but I got no idea what I'm supposed to do.
We legitimately played for 3 hours last night. Like we didn't get off. It was me, Dean, Fern, Eric, Steven, Danny Lee, and like just a few random people. And we played like legitimately from like 12 to like 2:55. It was we played for so long. It was freaking hilarious.
What's it called?
Among Us.
Among Us.
I've heard of it, but I've not even seen
it. How does it work, Zach?
Okay, so the game is I only play on one of the maps. I've played on a few on the other ones, but I just like the main map. And so you're in space, right? And you're in a ship that is not doing well. And the host of the game sets the parameters. So you can say if you want 1, 2, or 3 imposters. Typically we go with 1. And at the beginning of the game, everyone is in the same room and you do not know which among you is the bad guy. And once the game starts, everyone has different objectives. So like you might have to fix the engines and then go shoot some asteroids and then go upload a new map parameter for the ship. And while that's happening, one person, if you're with one imposter, is going around trying to kill people. So they'll get you in a corner, they'll kill you, and then they'll run away. And then some innocent person will discover the body and they have to report it. And then people have to start figuring out like, hey, this guy was acting kind of suspicious. This guy wasn't doing any tasks. This guy was just kind of creeping me out. And then it's a voting system. So every round there's a chat and you chat for a minute and then you vote. And, you basically just try to find with context clues who the imposter is.
It's like a murder mystery.
Yeah. At the end of every round, if someone gets ejected, they fly out of the ship in the airlock and you see them floating through space. And it says, this person was not the imposter. This person was the imposter. It's so fun. Oh my God. It's so fun. We had a ton of fun playing, and it's a free game, right? So it's not too bad. And it's nice because if one person who's hosting the game pays for the ad-free version, everyone else that's in their game session gets to play ad-free. And so that's how they make their money with little ads. So
yeah, Thingiverse is loads of files for that.
Yeah, well, I might need to look at that. And real quick, I wanted to show Ian this right here. This is a potential new sticker design after we get the OFAC ones printed, the Only Fools,
I like version. That looks really good.
Look at that. Yeah,
beautiful.
I'm a big fan of OnlyFans, so I was like, let's make an Only Fools version.
Yeah, I like that. That is good. That is good. And then after that plethora, to be fair, I don't think we did bad.
It's like a 35-minute.
Yeah,
knew this fight. Yeah, I don't know how long you are going to be here, but
hours. So new releases. So we had the Hot Toys Wasp. This will set you back £237. I quite like it.
Looks great, yeah.
It does look decent. The wings look fantastic, I think.
Yeah,
the whole suit does. In fact, I can't fault any of it, if I'm honest.
Shrink ray.
Yeah.
I really like it. I think the head sculpt's great. The suit's good. Like I say, the wings are great. It's just a shame they couldn't have nailed Ant-Man, because you could pair these up and it'd be fantastic. But
He's got to have his helmet on, hasn't
he? Yeah, big time.
Or you just don't use the third. You just don't use that Ant-Man, do you?
No, true.
No.
You're better off getting like a Black Series or something smaller. Just to
And
pair it with it.
That really does look like Evangeline Lilly.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah, it's spot on.
Yeah, someone compared it to the is it Tariel, the elf she played in The Hobbit, and it was an older figure of Asmus, and they've come on a long way, but it's pretty bad. And you could use this as a really good custom head for that if you had that figure. And you get kind of two figures for one. Yeah, it's, I mean, you'd have to colour the hair because she's got like ginger red hair, but it would work with the hairstyle and that as well. So
I can see. I bet someone will probably root it.
Yeah,
big time.
Yeah, but look really good.
Big time. Yeah. So that was that. Nothing.
Yeah,
bad
I think
to say about that.
Dave's got one of these, hasn't he? Eventually, Dave Upton. He's got.
Yes,
one
he
of them
did. Yeah, that's right.
But he's still not got his Ant-Man yet, so
it's such a bad thing.
Does he want it?
Well, he doesn't want it now, no. But he's getting.
He's paid for it, yeah.
Yeah, he's paid for it, yeah. But yeah, I know he ordered both together. I remember that like when they first announced. But yeah, that looks like that's a good figure. That I think Hot Toys. We were getting down on them a few shows ago, weren't we? When they brought out that bloody Jawa.
But then I'm gonna rinse them with this now. So we got
you go for it. Go on.
Yeah,
you're the prequel expert here.
We got the Hot Toys Qui-Gon Jinn stunt double at 296 quid. I just don't like it. It just doesn't look like him. Look, I'm going to be nice. The boots are good. The clothes are good. The lightsaber's good. The body's good. Yeah. Other than that,
he looks too young.
Just doesn't look like him.
No, well, that as well. I think he looks too young as well. Looks a bit too fresh faced.
Yeah,
because he was still knocking on even when he did this.
Yeah, 50 odd. Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is, for 296 quid, like, it's a lot of money, and it's for that sort of money, it's got to be shrink ray. When you think about how much the Wasp was and how much this is. Yeah, you're not talking about a £10 difference here. It's a no from me.
And it's a really, although it's a very nicely done costume, it's a very simple one, and it's not anywhere near as complicated or detailed as the Wasp's outfit.
No,
granted, this will probably last a lot longer.
True.
True. That's quite funny. A lot of people really, really having a go at that mall pose at the bottom there. It's like he's a robe. It's like he's like a Frankenstein's monster kind of
awful,
stomping about.
Awful fucking pose. Just what the fuck were they doing? It was almost like they just don't give a shit.
It's the most wooden that Maul has ever looked. Yeah. And like every shot of him in the film, he's kind of in like some dynamic sort of leaping pose, or whatever. And this
motherfucker's jumping about the place, getting his dick out every 2 minutes, and like this is the pose they do. This is it.
2020 has been wild. We've seen Captain America and Darth Maul's
dick.
Wings.
It's it'll be Boris fucking Johnson next. It's unreal.
So you won't be buying this then, Ian?
Not at that fucking price. I'm not. No. I mean, look, I want more Jedi, but I just think it's just the sculpt. If the sculpt wasn't his younger, much younger brother, and plus, other than Maul, what are you gonna do with it?
So that top left picture, I think, looks good. The outfit and everything, the pose looks like a real person. It's almost like one of those kind of like stylized Renaissance paintings. And it looks really good in that because his features are sort of softened. It looks great, but it's, as you say, it's a little bit too fresh faced and young for an older man.
Big time. So that was that. And yeah, fuck me,
Don't
this
know
thing.
what to say about this.
No, the War Story Queen of the Dark. So on the bright side, it's 167 quid. I like the thing is, I quite like the Venom sculpt that you get, and that's probably the closest we're going to get to an actual Venom for a very long time. Yeah, it's.
I just remember we came
167
when we saw the preview. Like we just couldn't work out why it had the normal hands and how crap they would look.
Yeah. Yeah, there's bits of this that just don't make any sense to me.
This reminds me of like Alien Girl that Hot Toys did.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, like we don't need a whole version of everything. Like sometimes you can just not do that. It's fine. Like,
they did a weird Predator one as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just the type of the people that shit appeals to are the people that join the Python groups. You know, there's a certain type of.
Well, they're the sort of people that
make them pregnant by stuffing cotton in the abdomen.
Well, the sort of people that move to France and then decide that that's not good, and they come home again to the UK, and then they're back in France again. That's the kind of people that like those figures.
Wait, is that who I think it is?
I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Shout out to Ariana Grande.
Yes.
Naming no names, but it's bloody obvious.
No.
Yeah, that is. Pete is he's just going after everyone tonight.
He's on a fucking ramp. He's like John Wick.
Yeah, he's like a fucking assassin.
I'm gonna have.
We need that meme where he's like the savage one where it's like a group of guys and he's just like looking into the camera. We need that meme.
Yeah, Pete, fuck me, and I thought I was the arsehole.
I'm just taking some of the heat off you this week, Ian.
Thanks. I was feeling a bit tired, and I was worried I wouldn't be able to deliver. But Pete just steps right up. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think we're going to have anything good to say about this fucking abortion.
No.
This I like.
So it's Pete right here.
That's the one.
That's the one. Yeah.
Sorry.
Fucking hell. Fuck me.
Someone Photoshop Pete onto that, please. This figure, the air looks awful. I saw Zhao's review, and I mean, I was really hyped for this figure. I've never seen the show. Frankly, I don't really give a shit about Robin, but I wanted to put a something with my BVS Batman, and this looked like a gritty enough Robin. But boy, man, this. I mean, I don't know. So it could have been like Zhao's review was pretty dark, like the lighting, and maybe that was it. But even when the sculpt was well lit in the video, it just looked awful.
Yeah, so I haven't seen a review. So I was looking at this and I was thinking, okay, I don't care about the head sculpts. I could swap that out for something else. But it was for once we had a decent looking Robin. Yeah. But like I said, I haven't seen any of the reviews yet. So
how did they find the suit, Zach? Was everything else good?
I think everything else was okay. It's just that the face is kind of a big part, right? You know, it's the whole thing.
Yeah, but I think like Ian said,
the thing that I didn't like,
you could just put another head. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, I guess you could. Yeah, of course. But the one thing I didn't like was the cape has a really thick wire in it, and it looked like it. I almost felt like I could maybe look past the head, but the head and the cape being so bad was just like, I don't know.
So you can't get it to fall naturally then, do you mean?
I think you might be able to, but in the video it was just like, it just seems like, with wired capes, like wired capes are good for dynamic poses, but they're not good for drape poses. I'm a drape cape kind of guy.
Could you remove the wire? You remove the wire, I suppose.
Yeah.
You can.
The price,
another one. Is it so serious to bring this one out as well?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know whether their sculpt would be any better. This one looks nothing like the actor.
In so-sos, it will probably look exactly like this.
Yeah, it'll be a slightly modified.
The roast show? What y'all normally do when I'm not here?
Pretty much.
I think if the rest of the thing's solid, you just have it as a generic Robin. Particularly if you're pairing it up with any Batman, put whatever head sculpt you want on it. And I think really good.
I was going to try and knock together like an Arkham Robin, and you get the Numo Workshop sculpts for that.
Yeah.
And that could potentially work.
Yeah.
But and the thing is, for 147 quid, so 150, I could pull that apart.
Yeah.
You know, I could take bits off of it. It wouldn't offend me if I ended up fucking it beyond belief. But
just hit it with some of that black is black, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And that chrome. Hit it with chrome.
Yeah, I could see some areas of that could do some with some attention there, yeah.
Yeah, chrome the shit out of it.
And then put black over the top so you can't see the chrome.
Yeah, that's it. Dirty up a bit. Hides the terrible brush marks. That's what it is.
Yeah, I think so. It looks alright, but
yeah, for the price point, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So what we got next?
That was it for new releases, isn't it? And we're into
yes, finally. Yes. So
day one order. This was.
Yeah. So we got Lando. He's finally here. So this is out Q1, Q2, 2022, and I think it was about 230 quid. Banging. I love it. My only problem is I don't collect Empire anymore. My only criticism was he's a chunky little fucker, isn't he?
He is. He is.
Yeah, I think they need to stop putting
45.
Yeah, well, they need to stop putting fucking fat suits on everything.
Yeah.
I think candidates are taking that out, isn't he?
Yeah. He just looks a bit too bulky. But if they sort that out, shrink ray, mate. It look the bollocks.
Yeah. It's really good. I mean, me and Steve both ordered this.
Had to be done.
Yeah.
It's just everything now. It's 2 years.
I
2 years.
I know, it's crazy.
The way we all flip and flop our fucking collections, but you know, think, am I going to want it in 2 years?
Yeah, the Boba Fett isn't, but that's just a repeat.
They're just printing off a new cardboard box.
Yeah.
Even that's a year.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's fucking
because
unreal.
that's the one. So when I've got with the alternate, I mean, I sold the alternate. You know, for the because I wasn't going to display like with those, and you know, I got a decent bit of money for those. But yeah, it's good. It's good. Lando has been long awaited, and obviously everyone's still asking about Han. But
I mean, the sculpt's fantastic. Like the sculpt is really good.
It is, and it looks a lot better. I put the that's the one on the right is from JC Hong's page because I think it shows it a bit better than in the promo shots.
Yeah,
it's a stronger, and I know obviously it's not going to look as good as that, but the features are there. You know, the sculpt's really good, isn't it? So I look forward to that. But yeah, you got to whip that fat suit off.
Yeah, big time.
You're right if he was the Rise of Skywalker version, but
yeah, the only thing that worries me is if you just take the fat suit off of that, the suit's going to become
too
really baggy. Yeah, you'd have to take it in at the back.
Probably just put a couple of stitches in at the back. Yeah.
Which
hopefully it's because it's 2 years out. They'll sort that out.
They fucking want to.
Yeah.
They fucking want to. But yeah, so that was it. That was Lando, the man.
Yeah,
he's here.
Good news. And talking to Boba Fett.
Yeah, it was like Hot Toys went, it's all right, Ian doesn't collect Empire anymore. Let's give some fucking Empire stuff.
It's because we had a go at them last show about that Iron Man and how they were wasting plastic.
Yeah,
so,
they went, fuck you. Yeah, they were like, they went, Venom,
go, boys.
All this Venomized stuff isn't working. Quickly, release Lando. Do it.
Yeah. OFAC's onto us.
Yeah, they're onto us, boys. Yeah, so this is the 40th anniversary Empire Boba Fett. This is 227 at Q1, Q2, 2022.
And I've ordered this as well.
Yeah,
it's a fantastic figure.
Yeah, I really like it. I'm stupidly tempted to get an Empire Boba as well because I had the Sideshow one and fucking got rid of that like a twat. So
I've only just noticed the alternate version Boba Fett armor. What's all that about?
That was promo stuff. That was what he was originally going to look like.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that I was going to get that as well. That's awesome.
That was a part of the first deluxe release. So this is like a rebox, I think, with the 40th anniversary branding.
Yeah.
And they're making you pay for that extra armor, which I think is a good move.
Mm.
It's kind of like with the Hulkbuster, like the second batch, you couldn't buy it with just the Hulkbuster. You had to pay for the jackhammer arm. So I I don't mind it all at all.
I mean, 230 is not bad
No.
for everything you're getting there. And like, everyone's going nuts for anything Mandalorian. So if you wanted, you just get rid of the alternative stuff. I mean, those gauntlets are they go like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
and
you
the extra
easily sell
backpack
on.
and that.
Yeah, I mean, you'd easily sell that on.
We've got this and the Mandalorian coming in.
Are we allowed to talk very minor Mandalorian spoilers potentially?
Yeah, at this point, the new series 2's out next month. I think by now, if you haven't seen the first series,
No. I'm talking for the second season. Some rumors.
Oh, yeah, go on then.
You got some.
If it's minor, go for it.
Did y'all see the IMDb for Tamora Morrison?
No.
No.
I'll leave it at that. But I think it's a good thing that this is getting a pre-order because I just do. And if some of the IMDb stuff is accurate, which I'm not sure who can edit IMDb, if it's like Wikipedia or anyone can just put anything in, but I think it's a good thing this is going up for pre-order.
Well, he's been rumored to come to be in the second series.
Yeah, exactly.
Quite a while.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be in it much. I think it'll be a fleeting.
Yeah, I think it was just one episode.
Yeah, just
very minor
an episode. Yeah,
because I heard they were going to base it on one of the comic runs. Because I thought a little while ago was a rumor that the guy who was he was the bad guy in Die Hard,
Timothy Oliphant.
He was in Justified. That he was going to end up in.
They said he'd be wearing a suit.
Yeah, so in one of the comics, obviously he gets out the Scarlet Pit. His armor's all fucked, and his armor gets picked up by this other guy, Boba Fett. Comes back and gets his armor back, kicks his ass, takes his armor. So effectively, that's what they were guessing was going to happen this time. Was that someone was running around in his armor, and Boba Fett gets down with it and comes to get it back. How that would fit in with the Mandalorian, I do not know. But yeah, we digress. And while we're on Mandalorians, Sideshow have shown this the Mando premium format, £507 out August to October 2021. At first glance, I was like, I fucking love this, and then the more I look at it, the more I think, no.
I just hear "Staying Alive" playing in the background as he's strutting along the
sculpt on the child's pretty good, but the Mando.
No, it's not. The child is awful.
I don't know. I think it's that bad.
Someone give me Sideshow's ad, or someone mail them some photos of Baby Yoda.
the actual Mando itself is horrendous, though.
Yeah, his chest armor looks way too big for him.
Yeah, it's a too angular as well. It just doesn't look right.
Yeah, there we go. Look, Timothy Oliphant is listed as in episode 2.1.
There you go. So it won't be long before he pops up in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this isn't particularly for the price as well. Like, no.
What is the price?
$507.
$630. $630 US. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk proper money here.
It sounds cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just not good. I don't like the pose. I don't understand the pose because I've never seen him with that much swagger before.
And he seems very grey, and he doesn't
grey and very
that grey. Yeah, in the TV show.
Dean said he's wearing like Kazam pants, and I can't unsee
it. Yeah. It just there's not been much we like today. I'm hoping we're going to find something, but yeah, this is
we just came together to talk about Lando. Really, I mean, he got the title card.
True.
That's all that mattered, really.
Lando and Boba, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Tubby Lando.
Was Zach going to talk about this guy? Because you were chatting about him on CW the other week.
So Michael Corleone from Godfather 2, Present Toys put this bad boy out. I believe it was $135 US. I don't know what that is in fake money.
105.
105
in proper Queen's English.
So I think it's fantastic, right? So I think the suit is really good. And I think Present Toys has a really remarkable attention to detail because Dean and I were talking about this figure and the James Bond from No Time to Die. Yeah. And Dean was like, well, there's no belt. if you zoom in on the photos very, very close to the belt, he wears suspenders. And in most films, Daniel Craig rocks suspenders instead of a belt. And so I was like, okay, cool. Looking at the 3-button suit, I was like, Michael Corleone isn't that tall, right? Like he's usually like one of the shorter characters in any scene. And usually in, at least in the United States, 3-button suit is for people like 6 foot and taller.
Right. Okay.
And, sure enough, looking at some references and I rewatched the movie, he does rock a 3-button gray suit. So that was my only real complaint about this. But I think it looks great. It comes with the whiskey bottle, the glass, the chair, which I'm hoping is not, with Hot Toys, sometimes they'll give you something cool like this and it's just a cardboard thing. I'm hoping it's actual like plastic or resin or something. But I think it looks good. People are complaining about the hair sculpt, but Michael Corleone from Godfather 1, Godfather 2, his hair is kind of everywhere in most scenes. Yeah. It looks good enough that I could overlook the hair. And I've been wanting to make a Michael Corleone for a while. And just for like a really good body and a really nice suit, and then you need the watch, you need the shoes, and the head. I mean, it was about $115. So pay a little bit more and get a Michael Corleone base, the chair, and a really, really well fitted suit that matches what was worn in the movie. And I think it's a slam dunk. Now I probably wouldn't have really cared about this, but the Django from Present Toys, I got that and it was so impressive that I really started giving this company a second look.
Yeah, sure. You got to pair him up with the Brando though.
Yeah, I mean that's the goal, and I think it was I want to say it was Blitzway 2 weeks ago said they were going to make a 6-scale Don Corleone.
Yeah, I thought we spoke about it in the last show.
Yeah. So that obviously would be ideal, and I know Present Toys has made the mob boss, which was the Don himself. So I mean, there are some options to get both together, and I think that would be pretty fucking awesome, to be honest.
Yeah, I really need to rewatch these films because I think I can't even remember if I've ever seen 2, although I think I have, but I've definitely seen 1, and that was a long time ago.
2 is the one where it's like a flash forward for you. The movie goes between Michael as the new Don and Vito as an immigrant becoming the Don. So
I need to
rewatch them
for the first time about 5 years ago. I'd always kind of shied away from them. I was never into the gangster stuff, and I watched them, and we won't talk about the third one because it's not. But the first 2, they're just epic. They're just amazing. Yeah. Really enjoyed them. And,
after watching these films, you would never, ever, ever get on a boat with just your one mate, would you? You'd be like, no, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Yeah. If you start seeing to look over in the distance, you'd fucking swim for your life.
Yeah. I like, the Don is a very iconic character, Don Vito, but Michael is just ruthless, right? Like we don't really get to see how ruthless Don Corleone is, but Michael is fucking
because you've either got the Don Vito as the youngster when he's kind of
the young Vito is ruthless, of course.
And then you got the older one, but say you maybe not seeing him in his like prime, whereas Michael you do. But I mean, it's where they lynch Sonny in the first one. That's like really quite brutal.
Dude, that's how Dean needs me to go out in order to have any appreciation for anything I've ever done for him.
Yeah.
One of the greatest clips on our show. I'm super excited for this. I don't know if you guys have it on the slide, but they're making a James Bond also, and that should.
No, we haven't. No, I saw it on your one. Yeah.
It's $125 US, so it's $10 cheaper. So that's like $6 cheaper.
The James Bond film that maybe we might be able to eventually see.
Should be coming out November 20th.
Yeah.
We're gonna rent out a theater, I think, to watch it. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Because the thing is, here it's all gone a bit crap again, isn't it? We've got new lockdown, 10 o'clock curfew.
Yeah, there's no.
Well, not a curfew, but for hospitality.
So happens you don't have freedom, my friend. Just kidding.
The freedom you guys fought for.
Yeah. right here, baby.
I mean, you've kind of got the we can do what we want or mass school shootings or so. I'm fine with being in by 10.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey. If it wasn't
I'm
for us,
fine.
you guys would all be speaking German right now. All right.
9.
Yeah.
That's good. Or Japanese, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Because
yeah,
Cineworld posted figures, and they have a 1.2 billion loss.
Yeah,
in the
but
last
I
6
don't
months.
feel sorry for fucking cinemas.
I don't feel sorry for it. No,
just,
no.
They've been. It's like someone constantly shafting you up the arse and then falling down the stairs, and you going, "Oh, I'm really, fucking poor bloke, poor bloke."
yeah, that's the thing that Dean was talking
Yeah.
about, because I was telling Dean, like, I really respect, like I love these actors, right? Like I want to have something of theirs in my collection. And he's like, well, you know, they're going third party, like you're not really helping them out. And I'm like, look, Al Pacino's never asked me how I'm doing, right? I've paid tickets to see 20 of his movies, right? You know,
the only cinemas I feel sorry for are probably like your Everyman or the cinemas that try and give you something a bit extra. They're not charging you fucking like 12 quid for a pissed up bottle of Coke and a fucking popcorn that probably cost them £2.50 to make.
You just got to box clever with them. I mean, I've never paid for a long time. I've never paid full price for a ticket. I don't buy any of the stuff in there. I take.
What do you mean, never pay full price for a ticket? You throw a fit and get a discount, or do y'all haggle for tickets in England? Yo,
no,
we go and the prices are posted.
No,
like, no. I'm not paying $6.
Yeah, I'm not paying that.
You can just go to the Saturday mornings matinees and sit there with all the kids.
Yeah,
it's not good enough to eat.
Yeah,
no,
he's been trying to 3 cinemas.
We have a thing called
the Ariana Grande concert. Not paying full price.
Yeah. We have a thing called Taste Card, and if you pay so much money a year, and we get it heavily discounted through work, you get 2 for 1 on cinema tickets permanently. You know, meals and everything as well. So I normally pay about £6 for.
So what is that? A credit card or?
It's just
like a coupon card.
Yeah, you comes with a credit card with a barcode on it.
Oh wow!
And you can just order them online, and it gives you codes. You buy it on the Taste Card website, and then it just gives you codes. Then you put them in. And if you want to see a 3D or a 4DX or something, you just have to pay a £1 extra or something. So
it's not bad.
And I would just take all our own food and drinking. So,
you can take your own food and drink into.
Well, what do they? They fleece you? Do they in the US?
I mean, like, yeah, you can sneak snacks, but you're bringing like, what do you mean? Bring your own
I'd take
drinks
McDonald's in there.
Oh, like they don't.
No,
like you can walk in and you're just right.
Yeah, totally.
I think like 20 years ago, there was a massive thing where they said that you can't bring your own food in. And you know there was a bit of a row about it. They did, and then I think eventually something got said where you can't actually make people buy your stuff, and you can't say that they can't have a drink and all this sort of thing. So I think they just let it all go.
Yeah, and that was when they put the ticket prices up to £16
It's in the theater,
because nobody was buying anything. But
then people stopped going, so then it went down to £5 a seat and started charging £10 for a box of popcorn. So it's all open, and now they can't let anyone in. So they really have shafted themselves.
Yeah.
So fuck them.
Amazing.
Right. Wow. I'm so much happier with now they've started streaming stuff.
Oh yeah,
they need to start streaming Tenet, dude. Like, fuck, I will pay to watch Tenet again at my own home. But dude,
you've seen it, haven't you?
I've seen it. Fucking
was it really good?
Blew my fucking mind. But
did you understand it? I haven't seen it. So
okay, so
I need to watch that.
The first 30 minutes, right? I'm like, man, people are idiots. Like, dumbass idiots can't understand this film. It's so easy to understand. And then like from the 30-minute to like, what is it, 2.5 hours or whatever, that last 2 hours, I was like, oh my god. and after even worse, after the movie, I stayed up for like an hour watching some different like ending explain videos on YouTube, and then I really understood it. And dude, it's so good. There's only one scene that I don't understand, and it's actually the beginning scene, and I just don't know.
You're making me want to watch it now.
And it's not that it's not that I don't understand it, and it's not like a huge spoiler. I don't know if I should say it, but basically something happens to this guy, and it was like a test but they tell him his whole team died, and it's like, okay, so was it a test, or like were you actually like, did these people really die? And it's very confusing. And so I've tried looking at Reddit for like answers to that, but I guess it's just like a very minor plot point that like no one really cares about. But it really bothered me. I was like, how did he get out of that situation? Like he was like pretty fucked.
Now I really need to watch it just to you whet my appetite on this one.
No,
dude,
definitely.
it is
I've
so
enjoyed all his stuff. Yeah.
It is so good.
Yeah.
Like
He's a great filmmaker, isn't he? So.
Yeah. I didn't get any of the complaints in. If anything, it made me really excited to see Arpat as Batman. Like that boy can act.
Yeah, I keep forgetting he's in that. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
is he? Oh, okay.
It's another reason I want to watch it.
They keep just sneaking him into films.
Yeah,
like,
he didn't even headline it. Like, you know, I was watching the trailer and I'm like, that's fucking Arpats.
Yeah.
And sure enough.
Yeah, I think we're all just, you know, give him a hard time because of Twilight, but I've seen him in stuff and he's actually he's not bad.
I've seen a few of his things recently and it's so years of a good actor. Like
he's never let's be honest, he's never ever gonna live down the twinkly vampire man.
No, not at all.
No.
But if you just accept it, then fine.
And he's just go, fuck you, I'm rich.
Yeah. I'm not being funny. Like what actor hasn't done something like that? There's always something. Like
but they've all got to start somewhere, haven't they?
Yeah. Yeah. And of course people are gonna take the piss out of it. Like it's gold. It's funny. Like people are going to take the piss out of it, but it doesn't mean that he's going to make a shit Batman.
No. I think it'll turn in. I think it'll change people's opinion if he pulls it off as well.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, Titanic. A lot of people, you know, that was one of his early ones. I don't know if he'd done much before that, and everyone used to take the piss out of him. Oh, you know, he's, you know, all this and that, and obviously now he's kind of. He's fantastic.
He's like the fucking meme lord. Everything he does spouts another meme.
Yeah.
Like,
fantastic.
Fucking brilliant. But we digress. We've gone off on a bit of a tangent.
Yeah, the one with what's his name?
Let's flash forward to these other ones real quick.
Candy.
Yeah.
That's all over Facebook at the moment. That one with that.
Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Speaking of,
here he is.
Right.
See that segue I put in there?
I like that. So this is called, now this is the best name I've heard in a while. The DJ Custom Hollywood Time double set. Fuck me, it sounds like a Japanese porn film.
It looks like a Japanese porn film.
It does. 152 quid at Q2 2021. What the fuck is this?
They can't do a head sculpt to save the life of DJ Custom.
No,
just can't do one.
Awful.
They're just.
Leonardo looks like he just sharted, and I don't know who the other guy's supposed to be, but he looks awful.
Leonardo.
Brad Pitt.
Oh, Brad Pitt. Okay, I see that.
Yeah. Leonardo
Actually, I haven't seen this movie.
Do you? You see that? Where?
Wait, what?
What?
We were like, it's Brad Pitt. You're like, oh, I see that. How? It looks nothing.
Well, I'm looking at the base picture.
Looking at the base,
okay.
that's why.
Yeah.
An actual picture
I
of
was
him.
going to say, like, that does not look like him.
I only know it's him because I know that it's meant to be him.
The film is really. The film's actually really good. Although
film.
you need to know about the Manson family before you watch it, and I didn't, and I watched it, and I was like, I don't know the story, and it really did affect my viewing of it. But I read up afterwards and stuff.
Wait, so this is about who again?
They changed the ending, and it's about the Manson family. So Charles Manson,
the murder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's actually about Hollywood. At the time of that happening, and that's like a backdrop to it, but it's an integral part of the film, and it starts coming in about halfway through, and I was like, I went with my mate who did know who Charles Manson was, but I didn't. He was like, "Oh, that's Charles Manson." I'm like, I don't really know anything about him other than his name and who the Manson family is and all that. So, and I had to read up after the film, which is obviously not great. It would have really helped if I'd known the basic story about it.
I think the premise is basically that instead of turning up at Sharon Tate's house, they turn up next door at Leo's house. And it doesn't work. It doesn't end well for them.
Yeah, exactly. But it was a good film. But these figures aren't.
No spoilers, but that the payoff with Leo at the end and his film prop that he kept is just hilarious.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, definitely. I definitely don't want to spoil it for these guys.
No, that is so good, that bit.
By the time I actually get around to watch it, I would have fucking forgotten everything you just said.
That's all right then. No, watch it. It's really good. It's really good.
It is. Yeah, but if you don't know about the Manson family, read up on it first.
Yeah.
Then this 180 quid out October 2020. The Lego Batwing.
How big is it?
That's
It's
about
massive.
It's about 4 foot.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Wow.
Love it. I need to say I should be buying this.
I mean, we were saying last week, weren't we? If it comes with a wall mount, that'd be perfect, and it does. It comes with everything. Everything you need.
Yeah,
you bought a load of extra bits in, yeah.
Yeah, I meant to put the our messages in, Steve. I forgot about. I was saying, "Oh, I'm in for that," and you were like, "Didn't you say you were out of Lego?" You weren't.
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, no. This is not a custom project. This is a
It'll turn into one though."
And I said, yeah, but I've got to cover all those studs up. So yeah, I've already ordered all the. I've counted out. I did a study of all the areas that needed to be flattened.
Yeah,
the tiles, they're coming, so I will have those ready.
I bet you put lights in it as well.
Yeah, I think I'd have to. Yeah, but, I had this been rumored. We talked about it in the last show, and I was hoping it was going to be a reality. And yeah, that's cool. That's I should definitely be picking that up. So
looks good.
Yeah. I think the price is. It's not bad. It's a little bit higher than I would have liked because the Batmobile was $220, and I think there's a lot more to it than this. This is quite a basic model.
You could sell the minifigs like you did last time, though.
Oh yeah, I will do. Yeah, because I've got no. They're not to scale. So if I can get 30 quid for them, it makes it a bit more palatable. Yeah, I've got a space that I can mount it on the wall just above the TV, kind of, and then the Batmobile's underneath the TV. So yeah, but I'll have to think about it. Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, happy about that. That's cool.
Cool.
So that's available. I think it releases 1st of November. If you've got a VIP access, you can pre-order it on the 21st of October.
Very cool.
But you don't have to be important. You can anyone can sign up for that.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then we've got Ace Toys, the Old Soldier. So they teased this and one other thing on their Facebook page. There's no release date or price as of yet. I like the look on the left, not such a fan of the one on the right.
I don't understand how they can get the head sculpt on the left. It does look pretty much what he looks like now.
Yeah.
The one on the right, definitely not. I just don't understand how they can get it so different.
But surely it would just be a case of just using the same head sculpt.
Yeah.
I don't know why they've done two separate ones where this is meant to be his brother.
Is this meant to be from Last Blood, is it?
Ronald Stallone.
Yeah. And I am sorely tempted to get the one on the left. Or is it two separate figures, or would you just get different clothes on the same?
I think it's two separates.
Yeah.
Right.
I just thought you need to do a cliffhanger.
I am doing cliffhanger.
I love that film.
I am definitely doing cliffhanger. I need to get another
fishing wire
Justice Judge head sculpt.
Yeah, you got to have him hanging across the cabinet.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely upside down. Yeah, no, I'm definitely doing that. I've got the body already ready for it. I don't need to start. I mean, that should be a doddle. That I just need to get the right head sculpt.
Yeah. That'll be cool. A little headset and
that and Cobra. That are my next two for Stallone.
Very, very nice.
Top man. Yeah, and then
and probably this. I think I might get this on the left.
Yeah, the one on the left looks good.
Yeah, the one on the right's fucking abortion. The one on the left's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then they also teased Thundercats.
Oh, mate.
If they do this, I'll be so fucking happy because I missed out on the Power Rangers. I want a set of Power Rangers, but I'm not spending that much on a full set.
I want a really good He-Man figure as well.
Yeah, I mean, if they go into this kind of 80s, 90s cartoons.
Yeah. I need mask.
You're not a fan of the Mondo ones. Is it Mondo?
No, I don't like the joints.
No.
I need to put it on a seamless body. I've considered picking up the Mondo one and try and make it work on a.
I like the. I think the Man at Arms looks really good.
Yes, it does. Yeah, and I think the Skeletor looks half decent. I But I just don't. I hate the knee joints on all them Lando figures.
Yes, yeah.
They just look like make it look like a cheap figure.
So would you go all in with the whole gang on this?
No, it would just be Lionel, I think. I wouldn't even get not even Mum-Ra. I'd just get Lionel.
I'd go balls deep. I'd have the lot. Yeah, I would. I would. Thundercats was amazing. I'd just have the lot. They're fucking brilliant. It was one of my favourite cartoons when I was a kid. If they did this and they did the real Ghostbusters, I'd be happy as pig and shit.
The real Ghostbusters. You could, to be honest, I bet you could print that yourself.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I've always wondered why, like, even someone like NECA just doesn't do 1/6 scale turtles.
They can't do it.
Why is it licensed?
They don't have the license.
Yeah.
Yep.
Someone's got the 1/6 license, haven't they?
I'm trying to remember who it was, but yeah, that's why they can only do the 7-inch and quarter scale.
Take it they're just sitting on the license then.
It's the people that made those
there's loads
like comic ones.
Yeah.
Dream Toys or something like that.
They did Bebop and Rocksteady as well. And...
Yeah, but they were like the animated, weren't they?
Yeah,
but they were.
Yeah, but the
they
Turtles
weren't.
I don't know if it's like they split it between the film or whatever, but I think it's just like all encompassing.
Just that scale, yeah.
Because
the licenses they can be very generic or very specific, and I guess in that case, NECA has answered that question. Like, hey, we actually just do not have the license.
There was a problem with those quarter scale ones as well. The
legs kept going at the hip.
No, I mean, it was a licensing problem. I'm sure when they got shipped, they all got held at customs at the port because the license. The people
that's right, because you can't.
They weren't allowed to sell them here.
Yeah, so you had to import them.
It changed.
Is that what it was? All right.
And then they now you can officially buy the smaller ones. I don't think they
Zavi was selling them, weren't they? The smaller ones.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, but there was a license. They didn't have the license to sell them in Europe, I think. But they obviously changed that because you can. Because I just bought the knockoffs from AliExpress. Got the lot for about 40 quid, and they're actually all right. I mean, the legs are a bit loose, but
joint juice, baby.
Yeah, you'll be able to fix that soon.
Yeah, but some of that coming, haven't I? So
Ian, can we talk about that? Because I didn't see it in your new this Fortnite, and I was a little offended because
coming up.
It's in custom corner.
It is there, mate.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, dude. I'm like, I quit the show.
Yeah, it's in custom corner. We got you
in my mouth.
Yeah, if you like. So yeah, it's that point of the show where we're going to thank once again our main man Watto. He sponsors us. He does 3D prints of head sculpts, Kenner parts. He is the man, and he also, for those of us with 3D printers, has his own Patreon as well, where he gives you free files a month to print to your heart's content. So yeah, well worth looking into. He messaged me about 15-20 minutes ago. It looks like our box of tricks is going to be turning up soon. Nice. So I'm so happy. I do like a sculpt. So yeah, thank you, Mr. Watto.
Yeah, thank you as always.
Yeah, and then TV and film. So we had the season 2 trailer for the Mando, and
oh my God.
Yeah, I think before we talk about the trailer, I think we need to talk about the Polaroid camera starter set that they've decided to bring out for fuck knows what reason.
I knew they even were still making those cameras, let alone a Mando version.
I don't get it. It's like them releasing a Mandalorian mini disc player. It just what's the fucking point? Like, I mean, what's the point of an instant camera? We have that. It's called a phone. Like, such a weird tie-in. Such a weird tie-in.
Yeah, it just had to go on there. It's the weirdest movie tie-in I've seen probably ever.
I mean, in the United States, I don't know how it is in UK. Like, you'll have like Mandalorian, like Star Wars shavers or Star Wars toothpaste. And
maybe for kids, but I don't know.
That makes sense, but this does not.
But typically, we don't have brand new branded dead
technology.
It's like, here's my Mandalorian Mega Drive.
Yeah.
But like there's the like those little drone things for Star Wars. So it was like the X-wing and like I mean there is Star Wars tech branding, like laptops with branding on it.
But again,
I don't know, like I don't know if that's just a US thing, but like you go to Best Buy and there's like fucking Avengers laptop, like
but that's relevant current technology. It's not like going, here's my Mandalorian VCR.
Oh, I see.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but all the hipster fucking 16-year-olds, you know,
the brand new Mandalorian Betamax.
Look,
like it just
my fellow coworkers in OnlyFans, Polaroids are hot right now, right?
Well,
if you say
if that's your chosen format for nudes, then fair enough.
Then we know how you feel about a B-day, and to me that's that's an outdated 90s technology.
The hilarious thing is that the Polaroid camera still looks the same as it did 30 years ago.
It doesn't look any different, does it?
It's only the wrapping on the film that looks like it's branded.
Yeah.
Yoda anyway, but
yeah, so fucking random. But yeah, anyway, season 2 trailer.
Maybe every time it prints the photo, it goes.
That would be good.
Look at this. Manny makes a good point. You can put a picture in a scrapbook or your wallet instantly with one of these cameras. It is just nostalgic.
But he spelt bullshit wrong. It's not spelt nostalgic. It's just spelt bullshit.
Plus, who has a scrapbook?
I have scrapbooks of my kids.
Really?
I was aware that there was a time difference between the UK and America. I just thought it was like 8-9 hours, not like 30 years.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. I mean, we've got stuff over here, like these things called apps. They're really good. And there's this one app that
you can eat it before the main course, and
it's technology, so it goes slow. And what you do is you upload your photos, and then they will print them off for people who are over the age of like 60, and they will send you the physical copy. So if you want to, you can shove one of them in your wallet. That's fine. But yeah, the rest of us just scroll through our phones. This thing, mobile phone or cellular phone.
Cell. They don't understand mobile over there.
Yeah. But anyway,
there's two kinds of countries, man. There's countries that have been to the moon and countries that haven't. So I mean, I don't know.
But have you?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so
really
the trailer itself.
Yeah, the trailer's good. We like the trailer.
Mate, it looks amazing. There's a lot of hoo-ha going on in the background, though, isn't there?
Yeah,
walking off the set and
it's a rumor. It's a rumor we've heard that's not accurate.
Yeah, there's lots of rumors around the whole season, though, isn't there?
I was just pleased to see a bantha.
So pleased to see half the things that are showing on you. It looked like proper. It's the most Star Wars thing since the original trilogy, I think.
Yeah, that's what we said last time. Yeah, it's.
Is this image flipped? Right, because his markings.
Yeah,
it is. It's really bothering me. I was like, why is everything?
They do that so much in publicity photos. It's weird. I don't know why. You see it more often than you realise, I think.
Wasn't it? Is it the I think it was the Chinese poster for like Winter Soldier or something, and they had Nick Fury on there. But they fucked around with his eye patch or something. And it was on. It was on the wrong eye or something, and but it was like that. It was like that Metal Gear Solid meme. You know, the one where he's staring down the barrel of the gun with the eye patch.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that. So yeah, they do it all the time.
Yeah, I don't know why, but you see it quite often. And I hadn't noticed it on here, but definitely.
Very strange.
So when's that? 30th of October?
Yes.
Are we actually getting it at the same time as the US this time?
Yeah, I think so. I think they've learned their lesson.
Does that mean we have to watch it at like 3 a.m. or something to see it?
Pretty much. Yeah. Okay. So as soon as we wake up, you just don't go on the internet.
Oh, you're kidding? They're dropping it like then, are they?
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing as soon as it hits midnight, they just upload it and stick it
right.
on.
So we'll have to stay up.
Yeah, pretty much.
We won't need your amazing services this time, Steve.
No, we're all good, aren't we?
We've all got Disney Plus now. We can all do it without the aid.
That was very popular.
I bet you had everyone messaging you.
Yeah.
You did a solid job there, mate.
Anyway, yes, definitely looking forward to this. It looks amazing.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, and then we had Henry Cavill sign on for 3 new films, which I was super happy about because I really like him as Superman. I
don't think any of them are his own solo film, though. I think they're all appearances in other films. But I mean, I'll take whatever I can. I'll take whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell one of them is probably going to be the Flash film.
Yeah,
it definitely is. Yeah.
I think that's very much just going to be cram as many people as you can possibly get in that film.
Yeah, I think you got Black Adam as well. He's in that, and then I can't remember what the third one was, but yeah, they need to do Man of Steel 2, really.
Yeah, because they haven't really touched upon that again, have they?
No, it was meant to happen, but it looks like Affleck's going to get his own prequel TV show.
I'd like that.
Which sounds amazing.
Didn't they confirm as well that the Robin that died in this film universe isn't Jason Todd? It's Dick Grayson. It's Dick Grayson in this one.
Okay.
So typically Dick Grayson ended up becoming Nightwing and going on and on and on, whereas they've said no, actually he's the one who he's the Robin suit. He's dead, which I thought was a bit.
Well, I'm hoping if they do a prequel TV show, he'll be alive in that, and you'll actually see his death. Because allegedly it was Harley Quinn called the Suicide Squad film, but I think they'll retcon that and make it the Joker.
I thought she said she was there, not that she was the one who actually killed him.
I think on the title card it says responsible for the death of Robin or something like that.
Right.
Because in the comics, Jason Todd, it was the Joker that beat to death with a crowbar.
Yeah. He ends up being brought back in the Lazarus pit, and that's how he turns into the Red Hood. But
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're looking forward to seeing all these coming back now. And,
I mean,
it's just been announced today they're doing reshoots, aren't they?
Yes.
For the Justice League film.
It's a ride in DC, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, I'm loving it because I've always been a big fan of DC.
I have.
And, I'm really looking forward to the stuff they're doing.
I was never really into Marvel much at all until the recent.
To the MCU, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, obviously, that's all gone quiet now. So DC needs to capitalise on it, don't they?
Like with Ian, I think the Batman and Superman resonate much more with me because they go right back to my childhood and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, you've got Reeve and Keaton, haven't you? And that's where it all started, really.
It's, if you think about when we were a lot younger, so you had your Reeves, you had Keaton, then just on telly you had stuff like Batman the animated series, and then the New Adventures, and then you had like Lois and Clark and all that kind of stuff, and that's all the shit I used to watch growing up.
Absolutely.
So it's always been DC all the way for me. And even the Superman animated series was really good. Whereas the Marvel stuff at the time, like the stuff that we were seeing on telly and the stuff we were seeing, like the films at the time was shit. Like
that Spider-Man TV show from the 70s, Jesus.
Brilliant. Fucking awful.
I mean,
their cartoons are really good. The Amazing Spider-Man,
totally.
and all of that, but but it was all really hit and miss. Whereas everything animated that DC were putting out, I just loved it. I seemed to really like it.
Yeah,
it wasn't until Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man that Marvel started doing something, was it?
Yeah. And even those, I think those films, like at the time, people pretty much fucking hated them. Weren't really, they were popular enough to warrant a trilogy, but people really didn't like them that much, and they really took the piss out of them. When you retrospectively go back and watch them, they're quite good. I like them. I mean, I like anything that Sam Raimi does, but
Willem Dafoe's fantastic as
he's brilliant.
He should have been Joker though, really.
Big time, yeah. The thing is, even the shit bits of that film are still quite good. Like the bit where Kirsten Dunst, she's swinging along with Spider-Man that is clearly a dummy. It's just this thing going, and her hair's going the wrong way, and it's a train wreck, but it's so good. And plus, it's got Bruce Campbell in it. Every film's got Bruce Campbell in at some point. So just him purely being in the film makes it one of the best films ever made in my books. Like, fantastic. Yeah. So, and then this came up, which I really liked. So South Park are doing a pandemic special. The trailer looked fucking fantastic. Nothing really surprises me when it comes to South Park, but I did think like they must have put some in to turn this around as quickly as they have done. I think it's out in a couple of weeks' time, and it looks really good.
I haven't watched South Park in a long time,
Who did we watch that with in this country?
Comedy Central.
So it'd be a Now TV job. Sky.
Yeah, be on Sky. Yeah. So I hadn't sat down and watched South Park for like you, Steve, for a while. But they've got the last 6 or 7 series on Netflix at the moment, and I started going back and watching them. So they're about 3-4 years old, but they're fantastic. They really,
always were great.
Really
I just
stopped
watching it a long time ago and never went back to it really. But they were always great. I can't believe they're still making them.
No, I mean, it just goes on and on and on. The ones I was watching, you've got Mr. Garrison, who's effectively Donald Trump. It's just fantastic, brilliant. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of South Park lately.
What they get away with,
I couldn't believe it. Like there is literally nothing off topic.
No.
Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, that's out soon. I'm very much looking forward to that. And then we had some sad news.
Yeah.
The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance cancelled. They're not doing it anymore. Not having it.
I loved it.
I did. I thought it was good. Yeah. It seemed it was it was just different enough. It wasn't the same old shit we normally get. And it's just a shame that we're not going to get.
No, and it was
anymore.
Made a nice change to see, puppets, old school, stuff, which you just don't see anymore.
No, it was all really, really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember why they said they weren't going to do it. I think it was they just suddenly realised it's going to cost them way too much money.
They lost all that money from cuties.
Yeah,
yeah.
That is the issue. It's very, it's not cost effective like doing it all CGI and stuff. It's a labour of love kind of thing, isn't it? And I guess they figured that didn't fit in the modern sort of model of making TV, which is a shame. Because it was good.
The thing is, although we've got, although we know how it kind of comes to a conclusion because we've got the film, there's still a big chunk missing, a huge chunk missing, and I reckon they'll probably go and fill that in with comics or something. They won't just leave it untold. But I used to quite like the idea that they used to fill stuff in with comics, and now they just seem to do it with everything. It's like, just tell me a fucking story from start to finish and don't make me go and look for stuff or don't just suddenly retcon something. Like Star Wars are quite bad at it. Fucking Harry Potter's horrendous for it. It's like, and he's gay. What? How? Like, what? And like Star Wars, it's like, did you know that Yoda had a brother called Kevin? Fuck off. How are we meant to know that? Like,
wait, what?
Do you know
Yoda
when you
has
see
a brother?
You know when you see the articles that pop up on like the Star Wars pages, and you always have someone who works on the film or someone who's within Disney, and they're or you'll get the official Star Wars page will chuck up, will just chuck up a random post saying, "Oh, did you know that all the Sith around the Exegol were Palpatine's third
children
cousin twice removed?" Yeah, like how the fuck are we meant to know that? Like you're just making shit up now, and I just get sick of shit not being it. Just tell us it in the film, and that's it. Don't want a backstory. Just tell us a story. I went off on a bit of a rant then. Fuck
you
it.
did.
I did. I was like, another thing. Clouds are weird. And then this pops up. Bethesda, their parent company has been bought by Xbox. So if you've got a PlayStation, tough shit for you. You're not getting any more Dishonored. You're not going to get any more Wolfenstein, although that's not such a problem because that game's shit. You ain't getting Doom, Fallout. That's it. You're fucked. You ain't Skyrim, all of that shit.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's the reason to buy an Xbox. Then I guess eventually, but yeah.
There's a big,
they bought a couple of big software houses recently. They're obviously trying to, play Sony at their own game, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think what they're doing as well is they're bolstering their like Game Pass by getting as many different companies on that as possible, and it's easier if you just own them. So it's just So I was first I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. Then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, like.
I've got to buy both now.
I mean, I was always going to buy both.
Okay.
But this is probably the first fucking generation where I'm not going to have them at launch. I'm just going to wait. There's no reason for me to upgrade. I mean, fuck me. Everyone's dicking about, like, talking about Xbox pre-orders and PlayStation pre-orders, and I'm sitting there playing Metal Gear 4, like, because I can't play it on anything else. Although that was rumored that Metal Gear 2, 3, and 4 were going to be released on PC in the next couple of months, and that they were looking at remaking Metal Gear Solid on the PS5. So
that'd be amazing.
I mean, that's it for me. That's all I've wanted for years. So if they do that, then that's a PS5. That'll be the first one I buy.
Definitely. Definitely.
And if they turn around next week and said we're going to make Guns of the Patriots, I'd love it. Because I don't know, out of all the shit they remake, they won't touch some of the Metal Gear games. It really pisses me off because they're the only games I could play them every day till I died, and I'd be happy.
Yeah, they don't even need Kojima to redo them, do they? Because
no.
They're not going to change anything other than the graphics, really.
No, exactly. They don't need changing. They're beautiful. They just need updated graphics. Fucking love those games. Yeah, and then as we mentioned, Zack Snyder's planning on reshooting sections of the Justice League. And I think most of this was because of the Fisher stuff going on. They've all kind of rallied behind him a bit, which is nice. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Justice League.
He's definitely had a raw deal. It's going to come out at some point. What actually happened, isn't it? But
big time.
Sorry, I don't have. What's the brief synopsis of that? Then I think he was mistreated on set, right?
And it culminated in obviously the cut we got cut pretty much all his scenes out. There's supposed to be a lot more to it. But I think there's other things have happened that we don't know about yet, which is going to come out. But I mean, a lot of them are saying they got a really, really shoddily treated. Like Gal Gadot was getting told to do all sorts of scenes she didn't want to do, so they ended up getting a double in to do it. Yeah, body double.
Yeah, it was that one with the Flash when he lands on top of her or something.
Yeah,
so they just got a body double in when she refused to do it.
But why did she not want to do it? Because of safety, or
no? She just didn't want him laying on top of her like he was fucking her. Pretty much.
Shit, if I was making that kind of money, yo, Ian, get over here and lay on top of me.
There's quite a lot going on. Like, I don't know if we're going to talk about The Boys. Are you guys watching The Boys?
Yeah, it's great.
No, I still haven't. I still haven't finished the first series yet.
Mate, oh my god, this second series is amazing. There's some amazing lines in it that are just hilarious.
Same with the whale.
But yeah, oh god, the whale. But yeah, there's a part. Well, it's not a spoiler at all. But part in the backdrop of the second series, they're making the newest film with them all in it. And it's like an Avengers rip-off type film. Yeah. But like Homelander's making one of the other characters do loads of scenes that they don't want to do, and he's like, "Wow, this Joss cut really sings, doesn't it?" And it's like taking the piss out of Joss Whedon's version of Justice League. There's loads of like really good, really cool, in jokes for like the geek community. Just little stuff that interwoven into it. But
because they're all parodies of DC characters, aren't they?
Exactly, yeah. But it's on the second season. It's so good. It really is. Get on it. Get that first one finished and get going for the second one. Mate.
Yeah, I'm quite far into it, and I can't remember. I don't know why I've stopped watching it.
No, well, I promise you, it's well worth catching up.
Yeah, I'll have to pull my finger out.
Wow.
Yeah, so group shenanigans. So this just happened today.
The only reason why I'm here.
I know.
Yeah, he's not here to be part of this really awesome show or to enjoy our company. It's just this one segment. As soon as we're done, it just fuck off.
As soon as I didn't see those stickers, I knew this format. I was like, fucking.
Saving the best for last.
Yeah, there you go.
So today, SW Toys was showing their new Joker figure based on one of the new 52 Jokers.
Is he a plumber?
So I haven't read the comic, but he's effectively a handyman. It's a disguise, but not a very good disguise.
Right.
He has these.
This guy, I don't know, man. He has half his fucking face missed.
Face gives him
He's wearing a plumber's gear. It's gonna be hard to find.
So I can't remember why he does it in the comics, but he cuts his face off. It was something to do with Court of the Owls.
I've got it to read and I haven't got to it.
And then he staples it back on, which is why it's all fucked up. Apparently, it's a really good run, and lots of people have kit bashed and done customs and wanted this figure. And when they are done well, they are very, very cool. So SW Toys put up their version, supposedly their version, and straight away it was quite apparent that actually it was Sean Dabbs's sculpt that they'd managed to get hold of and recasted, and not recasted very well by all accounts. When you sit side by side next to one of the originals, it's like night and day. You can tell they're the same, but one of them's like paint by numbers done by a 5-year-old with no detail, and one of them's actually really good. So Sean started to spam their posts saying, "You dickheads, you've stolen my sculpt." And then what he did was he went, "Actually, do you know what? If you want to steal my fucking sculpt, here you go," and started giving out the file for the head. Just went, boom, go on, away you go. It's fucking worthless now. Take it. And then probably a couple, 2-3 hours before we came on, it looks like SW Toys approached Sean and have actually now paid him to use the sculpt.
So they can get
he supplied them a better file so they can actually use the proper sculpt. So initially, you kind of like, you bastards, you shouldn't really be. It's such a grey area because obviously Sean has spent the time, the money, the effort sculpting it and really honing his craft, and then obviously he's selling those. To then to have someone take that and just steal it is morally wrong, right? But at the same time, playing devil's advocate here, I don't think Sean pays anything to say DC.
No.
So, SW Toys, very naughty boys, shouldn't have done it. It's wrong, but it's such a grey area. Anytime something like this comes up, the whole kind of collecting community just goes to shit because
it's gone on forever. This hasn't it? Yeah.
And them paying him now isn't going to stop them from doing it again. Him releasing the file for everyone won't stop them from doing it again, or another company doing it. It's so rife.
May I?
Yeah. Go on.
So you're right? Like Sean does not, as far as we know, allegedly, is not a part of DC, is not working on behalf of DC to create the sculpture. He makes a lot of sculpts. I think on his page I saw Padme as well. And I know in the past I've seen his name come up with other sculpts that were also not licensed. Now these people do make a pretty penny on these sculpts, right? Like I know what it cost approximately to print a master copy, and I know what it costs to make resin copies. And I've bought my share of resin copies from this type of artist, not Sean specifically, but C-Reg and other artists.
Yeah,
you're looking at 130 a head sculpt for like a really nice one. Jinx, I think they're about that much as well, and Jinx is also a really great sculptor. But
Jinx tends to do Chinese versions of figures.
At any rate, so the idea, like you said, Sean isn't like in any real moral high ground. It sucks, right? Like being an artisan and having something that you created ripped off. It does suck, but at the same time, he's also profiting from someone else's, because someone had to design this look, right? And that person likely isn't getting a kickback from Sean producing this sculpt. With that being said, he took the money and he's now promoting it like, hey, all's good. Like, hit them up if you want this great sculpt. I think that's kind of where the righteousness is lost for me, because initially it was like a thing like, hey, here's the sculpt for free, whatever. But now if he's going to be working with these guys in the future, or at least at minimum, thanking them and shouting them out, you're just making this company more prolific, right? Like this company now has so much more exposure today than they did yesterday because of this. Sure, they paid him, and I guess that makes it right that they paid him. But like you said, in 2 months when they make another figure and they're ripping off him or another artist,
they're not going to seek out the artist to pay them, are they?
It just starts the cycle all over again. Now, fortunately, Sean has a big following on these social media sites, and he was able to get some money. But we've said this many times on Collecting Weekly, but the artisan that creates these third-party sculpts, like they're not really in any position of moral righteousness to be getting that upset. Now, of course, it's different. Like if it's a current in production Hot Toy sculpt and people are recasting that, I mean, that really sucks, because that's something that is a licensed product that is being ripped off. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not going to sit here and say like I'm an angel. Like, I buy recast sculpts from time to time for a few bucks if I want to practice painting, and I don't want to ruin a Hot Toy sculpt or a sculpt that's $130. And so, I buy these. I mean, all of us here, we've all bought from these artists that make these really nice sculpts. And Ian, I know you've also bought some of these recasts that we've talked about before. So, I mean, it's just a part of the hobby. It sucks. I mean, he got paid, but, at the end of the day, yes, Sean did spend a lot of time to create this, but his creation is also ripping off another artist. So.
Yeah, I think it's always going to happen. And the thing you got to realize is that you pretty much always surrender a lot of quality to the recast. So yeah, you can get it cheap, and there's sort of a bit of a bait and switch, because when they're listed on eBay, they quite often show the original sculpt, particularly the Hot Toys one, and people think, "Oh, fantastic! Like, I'm getting that for 20 quid," and it turns up and it looks like arse, and they're like, "Oh, fuck, man! Why?" Like, but what do you expect? I don't suppose there's a lot of quality control from some of these recasters, and who's going to bother sending it back to China? For if it costs them 15, 20 quid. So they're probably going to shift a load and they're happy, but you're not going to get the quality that you get from if you're actually buying it from the artists.
The thing is, though, at the end of the day, it is horses for courses, right across the board. And to be honest, there's people that are just coming into the hobby that don't have that much money. They can only afford to buy the cheap figures. Well, that's fine. That's great for them. There's people that want the high end stuff. That's great for them. Ultimately, everyone wins. You get more people into the hobby. That means there's more companies entering the game. You get more figures. You get more diversity, and ultimately, everyone gets what they want. Yeah, there'll be some losers along the way, but I don't think anyone really is in a really high moral ground to be complaining about any of this, because it just grows the hobby for everyone. I think that's ultimately what we all want.
Yeah,
I've always, it's like those Hot Toys. In fact, I've got one here, that Han Solo, right? So I get that 11 quid, right? It's a smirking hand. It's Hot Toys. Well, it's a copy of a Hot Toys one, and I buy that because I want a smirking hand, and I'm not paying the 100 and something quid that they go for in the aftermarket when I could pay 11 quid paying that myself. I don't mind when it's like a company like Hot Toys, because they're a bigger company. But when it's something like Sean or Inigo, or I don't know, just because they're a smaller entity, and I suppose because to me they are the only one who is putting work into that. It's not like a team of people or anything like that. They are solely creating that. I always feel bad for them. Like I said, I've always been fine with fucking big companies or whatever.
Mark says, using my high-speed data on my phone, which is the highest honor ever given. He's choosing to stream our show with the highest data available. What a guy! What a fucking guy!
We are honored. Yeah,
we are. Yes.
Go ahead, Ian. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I know it makes no sense. It makes no sense because I hear it coming out of my mouth. But a company, I've got no problem with. Individual people, I'm always a bit like, because what was that? What was that guy the other day? He popped up, and there was a couple of posts. There was a guy who was, there was the first one who was getting these cheap scopes off of eBay.
Yeah, so it was a guy that was reselling them from the UK, but it's like, I just
like
don't
30
care.
quid each.
I just don't care.
It's I mean, there's a lot of it that goes on. There's a lot of it, and you need to know there's a time and a place kind of thing.
I think my issue would be with the like Inigo and stuff is if it happens too much, you don't want them to quit the game, but they're not going to because they make a lot of money out of it, and they don't all get copied, and so ultimately the quality is probably not there anyway. So although it's a bit of a they're not happy about it. Oh, I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to quit this. They don't because they make a lot of money out of it.
The other thing is, these guys are now pretty much all at a level where they're getting proper gigs from the big companies.
Yeah, because Sean himself works for Chronicle. At least
he does. He does.
And
Rocco, the Inigo, they all get
Big Chief
really
Studios.
They're all in that. So none of them are ever going to quit. This will happen. They just have to accept it.
Yeah, I don't know how you would stop it from happening. The interesting thing about this, though, now is that they've now bought the sculpts. But what about all the files that are already out there now?
This file will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
No, I better not do because it's on my computer.
yeah, it's on mine as well. But yeah, I just thought it was, and with this, the speed at which everything changed. It happened so quickly.
I mean, it's in the public domain now, so
it's almost like it's planned.
Now,
that's what someone said. It was a bit
free
sketchy.
publicity for both of them.
I don't know. That just seems a bit. Are they the type of people to say Corona's not real? We didn't land on the moon.
Yeah,
it's flat.
Drinking bleach.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I thought this was worth a mention because it just opens up a bit of an interesting debate, shall we say? We haven't had a masturbate in ages.
Well, I just chuck
I
something
masturbated
in.
a few hours ago.
Oh, blimey!
It was making more joint juice.
We did put it on the show sheet, but I think something that Steve touched upon earlier about
easy now.
Yeah. About licenses in different countries. What was the thing with Sideshow cancelling some orders from the UK?
We never got a follow up on that, so
no,
I think it's premature to say it. It could be some shit where like the guy's address wasn't right or something.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to.
It seemed
say that.
It seemed odd. It seemed very odd, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll skip that. So here we are, Zach. We love you.
Zach.
I almost didn't put in that Vader thing because it made the box too big. I had to take everything out a few times and get it to fit just right.
I'm glad you did. I've been off to one of them for ages.
I know. You're like, dude, I've been dying to go. And I'm like, dude, I have one of my friggin' cupboard that's just sitting there.
Yeah. I've been off one for ages and I can never seem to get hold of one. So I was like, I really want one. You're like, well, I've got one. Fucking have it. I was like, oh, thank fuck. So I finished that up. So for people listening, not watching, so Zach very kindly has sent us over. We got a load of sculpts through, which are the Patreon sculpts. for the different people that want all sorts painted. We got a load of stickers, one of like every kind, which was quite handy. 3 bottles of joint juice, so 1 each, and this Vader sculpt from Rebels that I've repainted, and I love it. It's sitting on my Vader now. It's fucking awesome. Love it. But what I did use was the joint juice for the first time, and it's awesome. It smells a bit semeny, let's be honest, but
it's a bit clear, a little bit of opacity.
Yeah, it tastes a bit funny, but I used it on my on both my Batman, my Arkham Bats, and my BVS Batman, because they both got bigger ankle pegs, which means that they can't stand up for fucking love nor money. So a couple of drops of that in, whack the peg in, left it for a few hours, and they're fucking spot on. Works really, really well. So I was very, very impressed. So yeah, I'll send Pete and Steve yours out probably next week now. But yeah, I was very, very, very impressed with it. They were very, very good. Yeah, and other than that, I've started working on everyone's bits. I've got a few bits in front that I've got to do before I make a proper start, but everyone's is primed up, ready to go. So I'm looking forward to working my way through those, and then doing the stuff Sean sends as well, and figuring out how to 3D print. So I'm going to be a busy little boy.
Is there another mall repaint in there?
There's 2 well, there's the Hot Toys mall, and there's the Watto's mall, which is what's the guy's name? Sam.
Wet weather.
That's it. Yes, winter weather gear.
Wet was.
That's it. Yeah.
Wet weather.
Yes. Who voices him in Clone Wars? So what he did was he effectively got his face and put all the Darth Maul markings over it and the horns and all sorts. It looks really, really good. And his Savage Oppressed there as well. So, and Danny Scopes. I shan't mess yours up. So yeah, I've got a fair bit to work my way through, but I'm looking forward to it because it's all quite different stuff. And then I've got more of those Mattel Harry Potter figures that I've been sent, so I've got to get those done and then straight on to the others. But yeah, I've got a fair bit, which is nice. It's nice to be busy because I went through a spell of not really having much. So yeah,
very cool. Watch that. And look at this. This is exciting.
This is fucking awesome. Exciting is not even the word. The Jazz Ink Diorama Snow Speeder. He's been doing a lot of work, to be fair. Every post lately is about this, and I'm
as big as I thought it would be.
No,
they're not.
It's about 3 feet square, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, when we had that, we had him on, didn't we? We were talking to him, and this is one of the things that came up, and we talked about. Yeah, it's the only reason, aside from like the land speed or whatever, it's the only real reasonably sized vehicle I think most people could think about housing in their homes, but I'm tempted. I don't know. I still don't know where the Falcon cockpit's going, and God knows where this would go. But
it's on the ceiling.
Yeah, well, I've got some wall space. Yeah, I would love it.
Definitely a wall mount or ceiling mount job, isn't it?
It's a great ship. Always been a fan of it. It's probably my favourite of the old Kenner ships that I had back in the day.
It's an amazing design. It always has been.
Too.
Yeah,
and you got the leaks to go in it. I've got the leak on order.
Yeah, I have. I've pre-ordered them as well because although I've got my
I have.
my Elvis 76 custom, which will remain, my sort of number one version. I'm now thinking, well, I've ordered the Luke, and I thought I'd do a Dagobah version, but now I'm thinking, well, actually, I'll put him in this. I'll be watching this with interest. As
see you later, Danny.
I got to get going, guys.
Yeah,
you guys, peace and love.
Yeah, great
awesome.
seeing you.
See you later.
Take care.
Thanks for joining.
Cool. See you soon, Zach.
So, and he's been asking a lot of people to help out with dimensions and stuff because again, I think the stuff he said that in the official blueprints book is not accurate to what was actually shown on screen, and also the ones on screen were never scaled properly to actually have people in, because the cockpits were separate and all this kind of thing. So, but yeah, so I don't want to hazard a guess at a price, but we know it's going to be top notch.
We'll have to
It's going to be around $1,000, surely.
I would have thought so. That's
we'll
what
have to get him when he's a bit further along. We'll have to get him back on.
Definitely, yeah.
You know what he needs to do with this? He needs to do like one leg of a 1/6 ATAT, just to like harpoon around it.
Yeah. That would be awesome. Even if you had the one leg and a bit that came out the top, so you could hang Luke off of it.
Yeah. Just as
like
a drop diorama to go with it. That would be amazing.
Stand, so it's kind of banking round the leg. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? That would be a great, just the foot of an ATAT to go with the Luke figure.
I'll message him after this.
Yeah, the foot.
We've had a great idea. Yeah.
Anyway,
that would be huge, though, wouldn't it? What do you reckon that would be in 1/6 scale? It'd be bigger than this.
If you were just doing the foot,
it'd be bigger than that, I reckon.
You could just do
big feet on it.
You could just do a section of the foot, even just something to Luke to stand in front of.
Pretty much the whole speeder goes under the foot, doesn't it? When it steps on Luke.
It's true, actually. Yeah, you're just going to want a toe.
Yeah, just like
just a bit of plastic.
Yeah, I think it would be huge. To be honest, I think it would.
Yeah, there's maybe a quadrant of it or something like that, just for Luke to stand in front of. I think that would look amazing as a diorama.
Yeah,
sure.
Watch this one with interest.
For sure.
Right. So there we are.
So that's it. That's the show sheet done. So we just got our patrons. So Pete, do you want to run through those? Because you're way in all these weird and wonderful names.
We have Ben Porter, Griffin Campbell, Sean Fear, Watto, Ian CB, Rene Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Iguiri, Leo Hernandez, Dan Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Crett, Jason Nelson, Big Fern, King Zaki V, Caesar Maraquin, Eric Ruiz, Mario Cortez, Stephen Purchase, Sean Yautsy, Scott Bradley, Jesse Contreras, and Steve Maria Stanley. Thank you very much for your support, guys. Much appreciated.
Shalom. Yeah, and then we have our Patreon. And again, apologies. It's all in that funny foreign money.
Yeah.
We have a $5 Sweet Angel tier, which gets you a sticker a month. And then you got the $15 tier, which gets you all the advantages of the Sweet Angel tier. Plus, I'll paint a scope for you once a year. You just pay the shipping and import fees. And the assistance with a figure fix by Zach. And all the benefits of the previous tier. So it's worth having a look at.
Yep.
And then we have other shows on our network. We have obviously Collecting Weekly, Collecting Rarities, Only Fools and Collecting, which is us, The Joy of Hobbying, Small Talk, Collecting Comics, After Dark, and Creeps R Us. We've got a proper little army going there. Which is fun, which is good. I don't think I've got anyone to shout out, because I'm mean like that. But to be fair, Pete, I think you've done more than enough shouting out of people tonight.
Yeah, not the kind of shouting out that they were perhaps looking for, but just feeling a little bit frisky tonight, a bit mean.
Thank fuck no one listens to us.
Well, yeah, those two guys, but
you are.
Yeah, I just think you get to a point where certain people just piss you off.
Yeah. You can subtle as a sledgehammer.
You can let a few things go, but then they just go on and on and on, and you think, oh man, just like give it a rest,
pack it in, kind of thing. Yeah,
exactly. So if you're that annoying, you deserve to be called out on it every now and again. I think. So I've done my shout-outs. Yeah. Any for you, Steve?
I really haven't. I was racking my brains then, but now I'm afraid of not.
No, I've got nothing.
No.
Absolutely nothing. I'm impressed though. We've done 2 hours.
Yeah. Good show.
Yeah.
2 hours. About an hour of that was just us going, I've got a printer. I've finally got a fucking printer. But yeah, cool.
He's getting stuff printed for the next show.
The thing is, I'm off. I don't work Fridays anymore because, there's no planes in the sky, so they don't really need me. So I dropped the boy off at school. By the time I fuck about and do a few bits and get back, I was thinking, right, I can set the printer up, and then I'll set it to print, and then it will be about. By the time I've done that, it'll probably be about 8, 9 o'clock in the evening when it's finished, and I will have to then do what with it? I can't fucking put it on the windowsill because it'll be fucking dark.
To be honest, I've left prints in the printer for like 24 hours before you even take it off.
Yeah,
so you don't have to take them off straight away. You can just do whatever you want.
How are you dealing with the noise issue, Ian? Because I know that you said they're a bit noisy.
They're not. The resin ones are silent.
the resin ones are fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they make a little bit of noise, but they are very, very quiet.
And I think this one's got a built-in carbon filter as well, so you don't have to worry too much about the fumes or anything.
No, you get a bit of a waft when you take the lid off when it's finished. But to be honest, the water washable resins are virtually odorless as well.
Yeah.
So it's fine. You know, they're pretty good to work with.
I think the only thing I need to get, like I say, is the bench to put it on, which my mate's going to IKEA tomorrow, so that shouldn't be a problem. And a few like funnels and stuff like that for when I pour the resin back in the bottle when I'm done with it. Other than that, everything else is pretty cheap. I've got rubber gloves, all that kind of stuff, like the nitrile gloves. I don't really need much else. I think I've got overglasses or something. I don't know. I've got loads of stuff, so I'm quite happy. I think tomorrow I might just get it set up on the dining room table and give it a go. The first one on that while I wait for stuff. But yeah, very much looking forward to
my next show. I'll have my Morliden doors on the billies.
Ooh, I can't wait. I'm desperate to put my Legos one together, man.
Yeah, coming next Thursday, so that'll be good. That'll be the nice finishing touch. I hopefully have them all finished soon. So I just need Dean's backdrop and then get those on. I suppose I'll have to take the old ones down the tip. But I think it's going to be much improved, definitely. Although it says something about they won't. I don't know if there's something on the website that says they won't fit pre-2014 models, but I guess that's if you're using the same brackets, is it?
Potentially, but
you just change the brackets. If I mean, I don't know. I've got no idea how old these are because I bought them secondhand. So
if you've got a drill, most things are fit.
Yeah, sure, you'll be able to modify it. I'm sure.
I think possibly they just clip into the existing because they just clip on and off. So I think they're designed to clip into the same brackets. But obviously, if you've got to change the brackets, then there's no hardship. So
no, it's no agree with it.
I've seen people say they're a nightmare to fit anyway, so I'm sure you'll end up getting the drill out to make some new holes. Yeah,
because I don't know if they're quite thick because they've got the option to put a picture in between. I think they're about 3 centimeters thick, which is quite thick for a door.
Jesus.
30 mil thick.
Yeah,
they can't be 30 mil thick.
What it says on the website.
You sure?
Sure, that's what it says. Let me have a look.
Is that not with the handle?
Oh, it could be.
Yeah, that must be with the
that'd be with the handle. Yeah.
I was going to say 30 mil thick glass, hanging it off of that.
Well,
you're talking tempered glass there.
It's
industrial.
It's got a space. It's got a cavity inside, isn't it? Where you can put like wallpaper.
Make all the figures look like quarter scale.
Yeah.
Fuck me! Don't shine a light at it. You burn your house down.
So we'll talk about those on the next show.
Yeah. Right. You heard it here first, everyone. Next week we talk about doors.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Right. I'm tired. I had a shit night's sleep last night, so I'm amazed I've managed to hold on as long as I have. But still, I think it's safe to say Pix picked up most of my slack.
Yeah. I think I swore a few times as well. I did say cunt, but I don't know if anyone picked that up.
Well, you have now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you didn't, you probably have now.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go. Tick that one off. Yeah.
It's all right. We like that here. That's what we're about.
Yeah.
Right. Enough of this. I've had enough. Going to bed. Right. Everyone, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. All 6 people that have hung on for this painful exit.
Yeah.
Right. See you all later.
Bye.
Bye now.